Hey, I'm James Reynolds and you're watching episode 3 of Ask a Sherpa. All right, let's go to our first question today, and it comes from Carl VT on Twitter, who asks, what defines a data-driven content marketing strategy? Right. There's two sources of data that both define and direct a content marketing strategy, and they would be, first of all, your own data, and then secondly, market data. Now, of your own data, you really want to be having a look at your Google Analytics reports, and probably two that might be of real interest to you would be the page views report, because that will tell you of your existing content, what's getting most eyeballs, and secondly, the conversion path report, because that will tell you what of all of your content is driving most action on your website. The second place I really like to have a look at is inside Google Search Console, and what I'm looking for there is the page report, which will be organized either by impressions or by clicks. Now, if you view it by impressions, you can see which pieces of content are driving most search visibility, and that can give you a really good indication of the sorts of topics that you might want to go and create more content on in the future. Okay, the second set of data is, of course, market data, and I'll give you two tools that will be super useful to you. The first is Buzzsumo. Really love this tool. It tells you all of the pieces of content that are currently performing out there on the internet, and it will tell you the number of social shares that they're getting and the number of linking domains. Just by understanding what topics are really hot in your market right now will give you a good indication what sorts of content you should be creating for your own website. The second tool is inside Ahrefs, and it's called Content Explorer. Simply just pop your chosen topic or keyword in there, and it will show you ranked by order which pieces of content are currently performing best. And just looking at those pieces of content will give you a good idea, the sort of direction, the sort of style, the sort of content that you should be creating right now for your own audience. All right, let's go to our next question, and it comes from Ralph Laugh on Twitter, who asks, what are some of the biggest changes you've seen in SEO in the last few years? Right, I'd say probably the biggest one would be machine learning, and Google's RankBrain algorithm completely changed the way that we approach SEO. Because in the past, it really used to be all about content and links, and now we've got this kind of third area that's hypercritical, which is these usability factors. How people interact with our website as it's shown in the search results, and how they interact with our website when they're actually there. The second major change, I would say, is only really coming into fruition right now, and it's voice search. It's really going to change the way that we approach SEO as agencies and consultants, because before, we used to be driving top 10 results to get visibility. Now we got to be driving top 3 results to get audibility. Really, really big change. All right, let's go to our next question. And it comes from Philip on Twitter, who asks, what are the best tools to do keyword research? Well, I'll tell you what it's not. And it's not Google Keyword Planner. The data's wildly inaccurate, and that's because Google are probably trying to push you to bid on certain keywords to generate more advertising revenue. So I'm going to give you some alternatives. Firstly, for actually generating ideas, I like the simple stuff. I like going to Google and actually putting some keywords into the search bar and seeing what Google Instant suggests. And I also like scrolling down to the bottom to see what the related search queries are. It really gives you some good ideas. Secondly, I love to look inside Google Search Console. That will tell you the sorts of terms that are currently performing for your website. And then over and above that, I actually just like to go to the top sites in a market, looking at maybe Udemy at courses on that topic, looking at Amazon for books on that topic, or really diving deep into forums. Now, once you've used any selection of those resources to get some ideas for keywords, you want to find a tool that will validate your data, and you're looking for both keyword volume, i.e. how many searches those keywords get per month. You want to find out how much competition or how difficult those keywords might be to rank for. And you also want to understand, actually, when you do rank, how much organic traffic can you expect to get from that particular search query. So I'll give you a couple of tools, play with them at your will. The first would be Keyword Explorer by Moz, and the second would be Keyword Explorer by Ahrefs. Both have the same name, but both equally useful tools. If you're operating in the UAE market area, I'd probably have a bias towards Ahrefs because it gives you a little bit more data on volume that doesn't currently exist in the Moz tool. All right, let's go to our fourth and final question of the day, and it comes from Jestoni on LinkedIn, who asks, in your opinion, is link building dead or dying? Well, I'll answer you like this, Jestoni. I think that link building is absolutely still alive. And in fact, it's still the main factor that's most tightly correlated with search engine ranking. So, do you still need to focus on link building? Absolutely. Is it the only thing you should be focusing on? Probably not. Today in SEO, things like usability factors, like how people interact with your website in the search engine results and then how they interact with it when they actually visit your site, are more important than ever before. So focus on quality content, focus on quality link building, and then focus on driving higher click-through rate from the search engine results, and you'll get good results in 2018. So there you have it. I think that's our last question of the day. So I just want to remind you, please subscribe to the SEO Sherpa YouTube channel. Please post a comment in the comment section below if you've got any follow-up questions to any of the questions posed in this episode. And if you want your question on a future show, remember to post it on YouTube, Twitter, any of the social platforms with hashtag AskASherpa, and I'll make sure to answer it in an upcoming episode. Till next time, see ya.